Good answer.
So we started off the morning, leaving their campsite, going across our toll bridge again. And lo and behold, off to the left there is Mount Hood. Looks like it might be a pretty day to be on Mount Hood. And we didn't. We were headed to Portland, Oregon.
To
Yes.
go and taste some chocolate. We were hoping to do a chocolate tour / a chocolate class, but unfortunately we didn't know we needed a reservation for it. But it was still really fun.
Now you could talk about it.
The guy had a lot of personality. He was one of the owners, and he kind of flirted with Delaney. He he gave her a good hard time. But he had what, 20, 15, 20 samples for us?
At least 15 samples.
There were some really interesting ones too. There was like chocolate sesame seed.
Yeah.
Brittle. It was pretty good. All of them that we tasted were really good. I'm not a fan of dark chocolate. I'm a sweet girl. So I didn't like the dark chocolate, but they liked it. They
Yep.
said it was good.
And then we left and we had lunch at Pine Street Biscuit.
Pine State
Biscuits. And it was good. It was a good meal. They had a hot Nashville hot chicken
Yep.
thing, I guess, is what it was. They give it a name, but it wasn't called that, but that's what it's supposed to be.
It had honey and hot sauce.
We got a taste of home. Yep. We all got the same thing too. It was pretty good.
I caught Delaney chomping down double-handed there on a big old burger.
What can I say? It was delicious.
And there's mine.
Then we got on the old historic High Route 30 and started going up looking for the waterfalls, Bridal Veil waterfalls, and we had to take their trail to get there.
We were not going to Kelly Falls.
Oh, they got in there.
We saw a cute little metal scorpion. That was fun. And then we started our hike down. It was a pretty steep incline, but very short. There's the pretty Bridal Veil Falls.
And there's the full Bridal Veil Falls. Several people around it. One guy was actually down in the bottom swimming.
I don't know why. It was freezing. It was the only one down there. I did go down there, though, to see it more up close.
Yep. I thought I lost them. I went up to a viewpoint where they had a little platform, and I turned around, and neither one of them were behind me. And I finally went back down after I took a couple of pictures. And there, I found Delaney down at the bottom.
And Delaney's looking at it saying, hey, I think I can climb up there. And what does she do? She starts rock climbing.
I said it was rock climbing, and there was a rock, and I climbed on top of it. And if you ask me, that's rock climbing. View was pretty nice. You could hear the water really nicely. I just meditated down there for a little while, looking at the view.
You meditated?
I just enjoyed the view. Some good mindfulness, I guess I could say.
She sat with it.
I think she needed some soap. She could have took a shower.
Thank you.
And then we got back on Route 30. No, this was a little hike around there. That was another trail that went off from in the same park. It was another short distance, but it took you right along the ledge of the overlooks where you could see the Cumberland River again, or Columbia River.
There you go.
And the gorge, and you can see for miles here. You can see it. It's a beautiful place up there, and you're really high, I thought. And we took some pictures there, walked around, had a good little hike.
Yep.
Got to go to a yard sale. By the way, if you want a GoPro, they got one there for $365. And then we went on up Highway 30 to the Vista House. Didn't know it was in the way. We just started on up the road and came upon it.
Yeah, and I had read about it earlier, and it was built in 1936, I think. It's been there a minute, and they're doing some work, so you couldn't go in the top of it. But we walked around down in the bottom of it, and all over it. Kind of interesting.
It used to be a hotel.
I thought it was. No, I found that was not the fact. It was actually a house.
Raymond informed me wrong.
But the elevation was 700 and something feet high.
There were lots of people up there too.
A ton.
It's kind of hard to find parking, but It was pretty cool inside. Cool but literally too. It was a nice break from the heat today.
Yes, it has gotten hot here.
Especially down here in the lower elevations. We're running the air conditioners pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And then we were on our way back This is, I don't remember.
Multnomah Falls, and you can literally see it from the interstate. You have to have a permit to go in there. And the parking lot was full anyway. This is the Bridge of the Gods, and I had seen signs for it and wanted to go over it, and then we happened upon it and went over it. It's a little more scary than the other bridge.
We took that route going to find ice cream, and we did find some ice cream. Good ice cream, Delaney?
It was good. I got cotton candy and huckleberry cheesecake, I think.
If you notice, Jen had already finished hers by picture time.
I did. I did. Yeah, I got the tropical sorbet or sherbet. I'm sorry, when it was really good.
I think all the flavors were. I taste tested quite a few.
Yeah.
This was a cute little town. You remember the name of the
town? Stevenson.
Stevenson. If I was going to visit again, I think I'd spend more time over in Stevenson. It was real Gatlinburg looking type place.
It was a little small.
Yeah.
Homey feeling.
Yes.
And then we started back to our campground on the opposite side of the road that you've seen in all the pictures before. We're across, not a road, but across the river.
So we're looking over at Oregon now.
Yeah.
Instead of over at Washington as we have been. There were lots of caves on this road. There was,
tunnels.
I believe, tunnels. There was, I believe, 5. We also passed a really long train.
Yes.
Yeah, full of oil tankers. And then, lo and behold, again, off in the background is some of the best views you could see of Mount Hood over in the background.
So this is our last night with Delaney, and we thought we would ask her some questions. And my first question is, Delaney, tell us why you decided to come on this trip, and especially with us.
I think, well, I really wanted to travel to this part of the country, and I thought it'd be an amazing experience because I've only ever been like to the beach. I've never been up north or to the northwest, west. Yeah. And I thought it would be really exciting to see some national parks. So when we went to dinner and we were talking about it and you sent me the itinerary and I got to researching all the different places y'all were going, I just thought it was some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and I really wanted to see it with my own eyes. And my mom has known as to why I decided to come with you guys and be with you for 10 days.
And it was almost an accident. You almost didn't come to that supper, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. My mom did not want me to go to the supper with them. But
we were going out to eat supper with her mom, what we were doing.
Yeah, and we were talking about this trip, and Delaney was like, I want to go. And I was like, okay, come on, let's go. And she said, okay, I'll buy my ticket with my next check. I was like, okay.
Yep, because I was going to be on summer break from teaching, so.
And then next thing we knew, she had a ticket. She's coming.
Yep. So what were some of your expectations before getting in the van?
I thought, if y'all don't know, Jen has like an entire itinerary, and I thought it was going to be very like scheduled, like to the hour, because that's how the itinerary is. It's hour by hour. And so I was kind of thinking that everything was like kind of going to be all laid out. And it was really laid back. Like we got to choose pretty much what we did each day. I got to choose a few things like whitewater rafting. And it was really fun. I think I was expecting it to be a little bit more cramped, but I think we all worked really well to stay kind of out of each other's lane and be aware of where each other were, and learned as the 10 days went by to work well and get around each other and help each other out.
Yep. Wasn't hard at all for 3 people, was it?
No, it was not. No. And Delaney took absolute ownership of putting her bed up every day and taking it down every day. And so that was her little chore, and she did great with that. Tell me something surprising about living in a van for 10 days.
It's not as crowded as you would think. Like there's a lot more space than you would think. This doesn't really necessarily answer the question, but my favorite part about it is getting to lay down when we're driving. That's one of my favorite parts. I just lay down and I look out the windows, or I just take a nap while we're driving to wherever we're going. That's become a daily occurrence. But it's really not bad at all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room. I have my own little cubby, and everything has its place. It's definitely made me more aware of how much stuff maybe I have, and learning how to be more space conscious.
Learn how much you can live without pretty quick, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yes, yes. What were some of the most Instagram or Snapchat worthy moments of the trip?
Wait, the 400 photos of just her?
That was
and you're at?
that was today.
Oh, yeah, that was today. That's right.
There's a lot every day, really. Everything is so beautiful. I want to share it with my loved ones and the people I have on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook. I will say, coming in, I was expecting the most beautiful thing I saw to be the North Cascades, because that's what I came here really wanting to see. But I think what took my breath away the most was probably Mount Rainier. That was definitely Snapchat, Instagram worthy. And the whitewater rafting was really cool too, just to share that experience that I
Cool
got
or cold?
to have. Both.
Yes.
Freezing.
Especially when it went down your wetsuit. That was great.
Oh yeah. And we were in the front, so everything was getting on us. Yes. But those are some of my favorite moments. But really everything. We have tons of pictures. We have a shared folder, and I think it has close to 2,000 pictures.
Thanks to Delaney.
1,000 of Delaney.
Yes. Yes.
But it was well worth it. I'll be able to put a good photo book together and have a lot to look back on.
What has been the weirdest thing about the 10 days for you?
I
mean, other than Raymond. And his singing and his making up songs.
I don't make up songs. Well, maybe. Okay.
I guess if I can't say that, I would have to say, I don't know if it's weird, but just learning all the things about the van, having to turn everything off when you do it, the water pump and the inverter and everything.
The inverter, the key to her communications while we're driving down the road to anybody that she wanted to talk to.
I get Wi-Fi.
Yes, we the
Starlink.
Yes, the Starlink
is in the windshield.
Yeah, and on the inverter. So
while we're driving down the road, she's got internet.
Yep.
Can you remind me of the question? I forgot.
What's the weirdest thing you experienced this week? For the last 10 days.
The coin showers was also definitely weird, because I've never heard of that before. And so coming into that, I was kind of surprised. And then seeing all the different prices of the camps. Because the first one was $1 for 4 minutes, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And then the second one was $1 for 2 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Yes.
And
no, a quarter for 2.5 minutes. This one was a quarter for 2.5.
This one is $1 for 10 minutes. I'm going by the dollar.
Yeah.
But
you're
this has been the cheapest, that's for sure.
Yes. 10 minutes for $1.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That first one when she joined us was a quarter for 15 seconds. And I ended up figuring out I could take a shower in 30 seconds. So I'd wet down and soap up and turn it on again for the next quarter and rinse off and be done with 50 cents.
I think that was definitely the weirdest thing. Maybe also just sleeping in the front of a car.
Oh yeah,
is different, but I got used to it all pretty fast.
Yeah, she doesn't turn the blinkers on or honk the horn as much anymore.
That's right. That's right.
She's I did last night.
Yeah, the emergency flashers came on about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this morning.
Yep.
What has been the funniest moment of the trip?
Oh gosh, we've shared so many laughs every day. That's hard. I really don't know.
That's another question there to think about it.
Yeah.
How will you tell friends about this trip? What will you say? How will you describe it?
There you go.
That it was one of the best weeks / 9 days, 10 days of my life, and one of the best experiences that I've ever had. Best travel experience I've ever had. And encourage them to get out and see more of the world, because there really is so much to see, and it doesn't pick up as well on camera as your eyes pick it up. It's just beautiful and breathtaking, and it has really enlightened my need to travel more and see more of the world.
Yes. And I told Delaney today that we're going to do a trip out west probably next fall. And I told her, I said, I'll tell you where we're going. And if you want to fly out there and join us on that too, you're welcome to. You might have to bring a tent, depending on who else is with us, if anybody is. But she's always welcome. She has been an absolute joy to be with this week. She has been very respectful and very helpful, and we've just really enjoyed her. And we've been kidding with her, but we really are going to miss her.
Yes.
I know, and I'm going to miss them a lot. I didn't watch the videos before this week, but I told them today I'm going to miss them so much. I'm going to watch them every night so I can get a taste of what I missed.
Yeah.
But
anything else you want to say or add or talk about?
They really are a good time. I had a really good time. I can't pick a funniest moment. I really can't, because we just had a really good time together, in my opinion, in my experience. I learned a lot about them that I didn't know beforehand. I'm sure they learned a lot about me that they didn't know beforehand. But it was really fun, and I'm glad. I feel like I have 2 new friends. They're not just my mom's friends anymore. They're my friends too.
Yes. Kelly, you just lost a friend, and I gained another half
lost a daughter. It's sorry. But
what can I say?
We really have enjoyed being here.
Yep.
It's been a blessing.
Yep, she's willing to go and do and just kind of go with the flow, which has been great.
If he can't get to the horseback riding, if he can't get there because he can't book one,
because she thinks about it at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right. That was one thing she really wanted to kind of do, and we actually passed a stable on the way up to Mount Rainier.
Yep.
And on the way back was trying to stop, and we stopped. And the guy said, he was telling somebody in front of us, he said, well, I'm getting married, real soon, and I can't take any horse rides today because I got to go to town. I got to make 2 or 3 trips into town, so I'm not giving any rides today. So,
yeah,
and they didn't answer the phone when we called to ask.
Right.
A lot of them don't.
Yeah, we tried to call today, and one lady did answer, and she said that her daughter handles it, and she's at a rodeo. So I'm thinking, well, you're not giving any horse rides today.
She's at a rodeo, right?
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
Anything else?
I'll miss you guys, and I'll miss the YouTube videos. It's been so fun, and I'm excited to hopefully coming on another trip.
There you
go. All
right, that's it. If you enjoyed our video, please select the subscribe and the like button below. To get to our next video, select one of the tabs. Comments are always welcome.